Alright class, this is Coach Day, and today's videos are going to go over the notes on solving equations with variables on both sides. The steps are going to be identical to what they were when we did distribute, but I just want to show you on today's problems you're going to use the same steps, but there's going to be variables on both sides, just like on this first one. So, the first step is always to distribute. Excuse me. So, if you have a number touching parentheses, you're going to multiply it by everything inside and rewrite the problem. The next step is still the same. Number 2, you're going to combine like terms. Now remember, when you're combining like terms, you can only add them or subtract them if they're on the same side. Our third step, we're going to move our numbers on one side. And when I mean numbers, I mean anything that doesn't have an X, a Y, a Z, whatever the letters are. So move your numbers to one side. And then our fourth step is going to be to move the variables to the other side. And then our last step is going to be to solve and check. You always want to check your answer. All you have to do at that point is plug it into your calculator and you can make sure you got it right. Now let's do an example together. Let's look at this first one. I've got 6k minus 3 equals 2k plus 13. So let's go through the steps just like on the other notes. First, is there anything to distribute? Nope. Okay, move on to the next step. 2, combine like terms. Remember, they have to be on the same side. For example, although these are on like terms, they both have k's. Since they're not on the same side, we can't combine them. Since these are both regular numbers, but they're not on the same side, we can't combine them on this step. So they've got to be on the same side. Now, let's move our numbers to one side. This is where you've got to make a choice. You either choose to move your numbers to the right or to the left. It doesn't matter which way you go. I'm going to do one example where they go to the right and another example where they go to the left. You pick which way is more comfortable. I prefer my numbers on the right and my letters on the left. So I'm going to move the 3 by doing the opposite of minus 3, which is plus 3. We didn't do anything with that 6k. It comes down. 2k comes down. Plus, and then 13 plus 3 is 16. So I've got my numbers on one side. Now, I need my variables on the other side. So I've got to move this 2k to the left. They cancel here, and I'll get 4k equals 16. Last step, let's solve it and check. Well, 4 times k equals 16, so I cancel out multiply by 4 by dividing by 4. And then I get k is equal to 4. Last step, I always want you to go back and check it by just plugging in your answer each time. So every time we see k, we're going to plug in 4. So 6 times 4 minus 3 should equal 2 times 4 plus 13. Right here, that's 24 minus 3, which will give me 21. And then over here, this is 2 times 4 is 8 plus 13. 8 plus 13 is also 21. So solve them both all the way down. If they match up, then you did it right. Let's try the next one. On this one, once again, I don't have any parentheses, so I can't distribute. Combining like terms, I look and I don't see anything that's like terms that's on the same side. Look at your left side, those are different. Look at your right side, those are different. So we move on to step 3, move our numbers to one side. Since on the last one we moved the numbers to the right, this time I'm going to go to the left. Those cancel. That'll be 9m plus 12 equals 3m. Now move my letters to the other side, so I'm going to subtract 9m. Those cancel. I get 12 is equal to negative 6m. And then now we move to our last step, solve and check. Divide by -6. And I get m is equal to -2. So I still got my solution even though it was on the other side. We check it just by plugging it in. 9 times, instead of m, we're plugging in -2. -2 plus 7 equals 3 times -2 minus 5. Right here, that's -18 plus 7, which will give me -11. And then on this side, that's going to be -6 minus 5 more, which is also -11. So that does check out. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here, and we'll go on to part 2 for the next 2 problems.